Welcome to this yin yang yoga to neutralize anxiety. We are in beautiful Gold Stream today, a moderate temperate rainforest. Today's class is taken from my book, Yin Yoga for the 5 Elements. And this one in particular is from the section on fire element, because in summer and fire element season, it's very common for anxiety to come up, and we'll talk about that in this class. I just want to thank you so much to those of you who are subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, to consider subscribing. It really helps us out, liking this video and putting in the comments at the end. Thank you for helping me to neutralize my anxiety. All these things really just tell the algorithm to bring people like you to our videos, which helps us out, and we really appreciate it. So let's start by lying on our stomachs. You're going to do crocodile pose. So just instead of lying to center facing up, it's more neutralizing for your anxiety to lie facing down. Okay, you can stay here resting on your belly. I'm going to sit you up and talk you through this. So as you're resting on your belly, feel the support of the always nourishing and balancing earth underneath your forehead, your heart, your belly, your legs. And let the tension of your body release down and into the earth. Particularly focus on the joints of your body, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, your wrists, your hips, your knees, your ankles. Let there be space between your teeth. Let your tongue rest on the ground of your mouth. Let your brain be heavy and release its tension. Imagine the excess worry and intrusive thoughts flowing out of your mind, through your forehead, down and into the earth. Let go of the fear. Let go of the judgment. All of the racing thoughts flowing out of your mind to be composted into the earth. So the grounding earth brings balance to the restlessness of anxiety, the feelings of being on edge, unable to relax, the irritability. Physically in your body, anxiety can feel like tightness in your chest, and you can just feel into that and let that go down and into the earth. Let that soften into the earth. Maybe the gastrointestinal upset, you can feel that in your belly and let that release into the earth. Feel your racing heart start to slow down, especially each time you breathe out. Feel your chest ungripping. We're going to, particularly at the beginning of this class, notice the way that water moderates fire. So it's the expansiveness of fire that brings up the anxiety in summer. And so we're here on this beautiful river in Gold Stream, and water tempers fire. And in our body, kidneys are associated with with water element. So as you're lying on your belly here, breathe into your low back where your kidneys are. Your kidneys are the foundation of yin and yang energies in your body. So bring your awareness right now, particularly to your left kidney. Your left kidney is your yin kidney and represents the nourishing and cooling and moistening aspects of energy in your body. Your left kidney stores and distributes yin energy throughout your body. Your right kidney is the foundation of yang energy and represents warming, activating, transformative energy in your body. Your right kidney stores and distributes yang energy throughout your body. So in this class, we're going to start with 30 minutes of yin, as we've already been doing, centering and grounding ourselves here. And then we'll move into some Qigong-inspired Hatha Yoga flow. So just take a moment and tune into your body. Notice how you're feeling, what it is that you need in this class, and begin to form an intention of what you want to receive in this class. And as you do this, just note how you can support yourself in small and doable ways in this class. How are you feeling? What do you need? How can you support yourself in small and doable ways? And let that be the basis for your intention, your aspiration for this class. And if you have a long-term sankalpa, you can bring that into your practice as well. Remembering that when we practice for ourselves, that the goodness of our practice goes out to all living beings as well. So we never practice alone. Okay, our first yin pose is going to be child's pose. If child's pose doesn't work for your knees and your ankles, you can do knees to chest pose. So you can start to make your way into child's pose. You're going to be in child's pose for 5 minutes. And the intention in this child's pose is to pull and pressurize the tissues of the kidney meridian, which run along the inside of your legs. And we'll actually breathe into your kidneys as well, so that water can balance fire, bringing some cooling energy to the fiery yang experience of anxiety. So bring your knees wide, your toes together, and you're going to fold forward. You're going to be in this pose for 5 minutes. So fire element season is the most yang, outward focused, with its long, hot social days, and it can ignite the fire of anxiety in our bodies. So this is why we're bringing in that moderating influence of water. So we want to start in this pose by choosing an appropriate edge. So get comfortable in your pose, make any final adjustments, listen to your bodies. If the excess of yang is causing emotional imbalance of anxiety, then we can provide some balance in our yin poses by choosing that appropriate edge. And then we're going to soften. Imagine you're like the water flowing around the rocks of this river. Water sinks to the lowest point and it moves around obstacles. It's soft, it's malleable. Let your body be soft like the water here. And be still. So unlike the water, we don't have to keep moving. We can be like the stones in the water. The more still we are, the more inner healing can take place at the level of the meridians. And then in yin, we stay for a while. Allow time and gravity and the magic of the yin postures to provide all the healing to take place. Okay, so you're going to take a breath. Slowly make your way out of child's pose for water element, balancing fire element. You're going to lie on your back and feel the flow of chi for the rebound. Okay, so you're going to slowly make your way up to a seated position. And we're going to trace the meridians of your small intestine because we're going to move into small intestine now. Your small intestine meridian, there's lots about this in the fire section in my book. You can read more about it. It basically helps you sort the pure from the impure. So in this class, we're focusing on sorting the anxious thoughts from the non-anxious thoughts. So if you just start at the tip of your baby finger, you go up the outside of your arm, around the back of your shoulder, up the side of your neck and in. And then we're going to do the same thing here, up and in. And that's basically your small intestine meridian. So we're going to be doing some revolved child's pose here for your small intestine meridian. Okay, so let's come into revolved child's pose. Okay, so you can take your legs wide, and if this doesn't work for you in your body, you can do knees to chest and your back with bringing your left arm across your body. So you're going to toes in, knees wide, walk over to your right side. Bring your left arm through, lower the left side of your head down. You're going to be here for 5 minutes. So simply put, according to traditional Chinese medicine, our small intestine organ system sorts the pure from the impure. And in terms of anxiety, our small intestine organ system supports us in releasing old thought patterns, ideas and beliefs that are rooted in anxiety, excessive worry, irritation, irrational fears, social anxiety, and overwhelm. So this organ system recognizes and sorts through thought patterns, limiting beliefs and behaviors and emotional baggage that are rooted in fear, anxiety, and worry. Just in the same way as when you take in food, it takes in the nutrients and it lets go of the rest. It does that with mental thought patterns and emotional thought patterns too. So take a breath. And slowly release this posture out of your body. You're going to rest back on your back to feel the flow of chi here. So notice how you're feeling here. We start with the yin to build the energy in our body, to gather the chi. We start with yin when our bodies are cool. Okay, let's go ahead and do this on the other side. So we're coming into that wide knee child's pose, or knees to chest near back again. If you're doing knees to chest near back, you're taking your right arm across this time. And if you're doing child's pose, you take your hands over to the left. You thread your right arm underneath, lower your right head down, the right side of your head down to the ground. And soften in, become still, and stay for a while. So on that left side, we're building that yin energy through the left kidney, building the energy storage, that calming, cooling energy. On the right side, that energy can be moved through our body. So our small intestine meridian system, once it's sorted those anxious thoughts and eliminated those, it supports us in consciously, energetically aligning with more calming thoughts of self-love, gratitude, contentment, peace of mind, a relaxed heart, feeling safe, feeling secure, and feeling protected in our hearts. So take a breath. Notice how you're feeling. And we're going to make our way out of this pose and just rest on your back. Feel the flow of chi here. Okay, so just take a moment to recall your intention, how you're taking care of yourself in this class in small and doable ways. Remember to bring that with you as we move into the yang portion of this class, the hatha yoga qigong inspired flow. And we're going to start with some dead bug pose. So you're just going to take your arms and legs into the air and you're going to shake it out. And the intention here is sometimes when we have anxious energy, it's good to move it through your body, actually move it. So staying still sometimes can just make it sit in your body so we can actually shake it out. And you can use the heart sound here to help release it. So we'll use a purging breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale with a and then you can lower your legs down, just pause, notice how you feel after that purging breath, shaking to release anxiety. And then we'll come up on all fours from cat pose. So from all fours, you're going to exhale, round up through your back, focus on moving from your heart. And inhale, arch your back. And you can just imagine as you round, releasing heat from the back. And as you arch, releasing heat from the front of your heart. And then let's go over to the sides. So this goes more into your gallbladder meridian where you can release irritation. And go over to the other side. Okay, you're going to take your right hand behind your head. You're going to bring your elbow down to your wrist. And then you're going to open up. Inhale. We'll stay here. Exhale and inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Stay here. Exhale and inhale. Lower down, exhale, come up. Stay here, exhale and inhale. Lower down. Come up, breathe out and in. So we're basically taking an extra breath at the top. And then let's do that on the other side as well. So you're going to take your left hand behind. You're going to come down, elbow in. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Take an extra breath. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So you're going to press the ground away from you. Tuck your toes under. Come into downward facing dog. And then you can make your way up to standing. Okay, so we're going to stand with our feet underneath our hips, reach our legs down, and lengthen up through your spine. Bring your arms up and overhead. You're just going to side bend here and imagine that you are like seaweed in water. So again, we'll bring in that cooling water to cool the anxiety. And then you're going to release your arms down. You're going to step to the front of your mat. And you're going to take a big step back with your right foot here. Turn your hips to face the front edge of your mat. Sink down through your front left sit bone. And we're going to create some protection around your heart. So you're going to cross your arms in front and exhale them down and around. And then you're going to step your feet in and you're going to come to a standing forward fold here. So roll your pelvis over your leg bones, come into a standing forward fold, and we're going to smooth the chi down the backs of our legs here. So this is your bladder meridian, which is connected to your kidneys. If you don't want to touch the backs of your legs, you can just smooth the energy along the back line here, so it still works. Just be very calming and soothing. And then you're going to bring them up the inside of your legs, come up to standing. And you're going to take a step back with your left foot this time. And you're going to sink down through your front right sit bone. And we'll do that same arms for protection. Then you're going to take a step in with your back foot. You're going to come into that standing forward fold. So roll your pelvis over your leg bones, come into the standing forward fold. We'll smooth the chi down the backs of your legs. And then round the insides of your feet and up the insides of your legs, coming up to standing. We're going to do a balancing pose now. So you're going to just rub your hands together and create some chi. You're going to stand on your left foot. Take your right toes, turn them out, and you can place them on the inside of your legs, either somewhere on the inside of your leg. And we're going to create, right here, you're going to point your hands down like a downward facing prayer position. Feel the chi. We're going to pulse it on your lower dantian. This is like a lake in your body of cool chi. So this is a reservoir of energy in your body. And then you can bring it up to your heart center, rub your hands together again, create some chi. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pulse that chi. Create some calm and content energy at the heart center. And then the same thing at your third eye, create some chi. Pulse. And overhead, at your crown. Okay, and then we'll exhale down and around. We're going to come into a standing forward fold here. So hinge at your hips, slight bend in your knee, fold forward here again. And then you're going to rub down the backs of your legs or just away from your legs to smooth that chi. Create that soothing energy. And then come around the inside of your feet, come back up. And we'll do tree pose on the other side. So this time you'll stand on your right leg. Turn your left toes out. They can come somewhere on the inside of the leg, or the toes can stay on the ground for balance. You're going to rub your hands together. We'll start at the top here and we'll bring that chi down and into the body. So pulse at the crown chakra. And rub at the third eye. Feel the chi here. Go to your heart center, create some chi. Pulse the chi. And then fingers point down. Gather all that chi in your lower dantian. Pulse the chi. And then store it in your lower dantian. Bring your foot down. You're going to come into a standing forward fold again. Slight bend in your knees, hinge your hips, and slide down the backs of your legs, soothing that energy. Connecting with water element here again. And then around your feet, inside your feet, up your legs. And you're going to step wide, your feet wide on your mat. Okay, you're going to turn your left toes out. There's a spot. Okay, you're going to sink down through your right sit bone. Hips are facing the long edge of your mat. You're going to bring your arms up. Draw your shoulder blades together at the back, and then reach out through your palms. You're gonna spread the heart heat out through the palms. So that's releasing heart heat, and then we're gonna do seaweed arms. So we're gathering that water energy. So let's release the heart heat out through the palms. Seaweed energy. Release it out through your palms. Seaweed energy, so water balances fire. Release it out through your palms. Seaweed energy. And then release it out through your palms. And seaweed. Okay, turn your toes so they face front. Roll your pelvis over your leg bones, and let's trace that bladder meridian again. Smooth the energy down the backs of your legs. You're going to come up to standing. And from standing, you're going to turn your left toes out, your right toes in. You're going to sink down through your left sit bone. You're going to bring your arms up parallel to the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the back to hold your arms up. Reach out through your heels of your hands to spread the heart heat out through the heels of your hands. And then the seaweed energy. So reach the heart heat out through the hands and seaweed energy. Release the heart heat out through your hands. Seaweed. Release heart heat out through your hands. Seaweed. One more time, release the heart heat out through your hands. And then balance it with the water energy of seaweed. Take your feet in that Y position. Jesus. Excuse me. Roll your pelvis over your leg bones, fold forward. And you're going to smooth down the backs of your legs. And then you're going to come up to standing. Okay, we're going to do some ego pose now. So you're going to stand on your right leg, right foot now. You can either just bring your feet together and do a little knee bend, or you can cross your left leg over, keep your toes on the ground. You can have it to the outside of your leg or crossed. You can choose whatever is best for you. We're going to do a mudra here today to draw in the energy of the sun. And we want to draw in peace, contentment, trust, protection of our heart. So we want to draw in those peace of mind, gratitude for believing in ourselves, just those qualities that will soothe our anxiety. And then we'll release this and we'll do it on the other side. So this time you're going to stand on your left foot. Either the feet can be together with that little squat, or you can cross your right leg over, toes on the ground, on the outside of your leg, or hooked. Okay, and we'll do the holding up the golden urn. Imagine drawing down, like, not the midday sun, but maybe the soothing setting sun to calm your heart. Trust, ease, soothing, contentment, heart protection. Maybe recalling your intention now, calling that in. Whatever qualities you need to soothe your heart, to bring in that contentment and ease. Okay, and then you can let that go from your body. We're going to come and sit down in easy pose. You could sit in a chair for this. You might want to sit elevated on a cushion or a yoga block, just so it's easier for your hips, especially since we haven't done any hip openers for this class. Okay, so from easy pose, you're going to bring the backs of your hands together, bring them up the midline, and then you're going to come down and around. This is called fountain pose. So we're taking that reservoir of energy, that lake in your lower dantian, bringing that water energy, that cooling energy up to your heart, and bringing that heart heat down and around. And now we'll rotate it, so you'll bring it up. And exhale, rotate. And then come back to the center. You're going to inhale, bring it up. So rotate. So let's come off your block or your chair or your whatever you're sitting on. And this is greet the earth pose. So you're going to start in Dandasana, staff pose, and then you're going to turn to your side and you're just going to bow to the earth. So in 5-element theory, the earth is in the center and it's always available there for you, nourishing and supporting you. And then we're going to row the boat. Imagine going with a flow. So just imagine you're rowing a boat. And then you can row all the way down to Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable so you can receive your practice. Recalling your intention. Noticing how you're feeling here now at the end of the class compared to the beginning. And continue to rest back here for the most important pose, your Shavasana, while I sit up and read you a poem. This poem is called Self-Care by James Cruz. Some days it feels like a foreign language I'm asked to practice with new words for happiness, work, and love. I'm still learning how to say a cup of tea for no reason, what to call the extra honey I drizzle in, how to label the relentless urge to do more and more as poison, and how to translate the heart's pounding message when it comes. Enough, enough. This morning I searched for words to capture the glimmering sun as it lifts above the mountains, clouds already closing in, as fat droplets of rain darken the deck. I'm learning to call this stillness self-care too. Just standing here, watching goldfinches scatter up from around the feeder like pieces of bright yellow stained glass, reassembling in the sheltering arms of a maple. So reflect back on your experience in this class today and just notice what stands out, what seems most important. And notice how that relates to the way you live your day-to-day life. And tune into your spirit or your spirit guides. And see if there's any wisdom, blessing, or guidance for you right now. And then just make a commitment to yourself to put that wisdom, guidance, or blessing into action in the next few hours, or if you're going to sleep now, tomorrow. Imagine yourself doing it, building that trust with yourself by keeping that commitment. And I want to acknowledge you for taking this time to practice this yin-yang class for neutralizing anxiety. When you do that, it not only neutralizes your own anxiety, but the anxiety that's felt at a hum in the collective conscious as well. So you can slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to stretch out. Let your breath deepen. And you can make your way up to a seated posture. As I mentioned at the beginning, it really helps us so much when you like the video, when you give it a thumbs up, when you put, I neutralize my anxiety in the comments. If you know somebody who would benefit from it, please do share it with them. And if you haven't already subscribed, it means so much to us when you do that. I'm sending you so much love from Goldstream, British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as the Pacific Ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our rainforest. And may you be as strong as the mountains. The relent. You're making me laugh. You like this poem? Tim's vibing on this poem. Okay. Okay. You're like giddy behind the